Hi, thank you so much for joining us for yet another King Crush Thursday. I am Val Gay, and we are here to lift up and inspire Black men, because frankly, very few people are doing it. I'm happy to have a very special king on the line, a father-to-be, and I'm so happy to introduce Mr. Greg Corbin, who is a poet, an activist, storyteller, founder of a nonprofit, just really an all-around amazing artist and person. And Greg, thank you so much and welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. I appreciate this. This is awesome. Something to celebrate Black men?
Yes. Awesome. Thank you so much. Well, Greg, we asked everyone the same 6 questions as we're developing a repository of questions and answers. And so I'm just going to jump right in and ask you, what does manhood mean to you?
Woo! It's a loaded question, but I think it's fluid in a lot of different ways, depending on how you identify with masculinity, which is all energy. I define manhood as being honest, thoughtful, caring, nurturing, protector, planner, builder. I'm just going to give you that. It's a lot of things that encompasses that. But I think it's interesting when you asked me, I was like, a lot of stuff I had to say has to go into adulthood. Just like being a responsible adult. That's like where I'm at. I think nurturing and providing and protecting, that traditional scope of manhood means a lot. But in today's society, like I said, it gets fluid and, depending on what your beliefs are, it can go anyway.
Got it. Excellent. Thank you. So who and or what is important to you?
Well, first off, God, the creator, my parents that brought me here, my family, my best friend is my wife. So, and I got a lot of other people, but a lot of important people in my life that hold me up, that support me, that make sure the village is surrounding me. I'm not going to drop any names, but I got a lot of people I consider brothers and sisters, that are really responsible with my authenticity and my ability to be vulnerable, to be transparent. Those things are really, really important to me. Can be non-judgmental, but still hold me accountable in healthy ways. Those are people that are they're the people that mean the most to me, that are important, they hold value, and they bring value. And motivate me to be a better person. I was on the phone with somebody yesterday. He's like a big brother, and he just asked me, "I know you're having a child, but what are you pregnant with?" And we stayed on that for like 20 minutes. And he was like, because, we all have these people around us. And, when you're birthing something, you got midwives, you can have multiple midwives. And so he's like, what are you pregnant with? I'm like, oh, wow. What am I pregnant with? So that's an example of having good people in your life that really make you think, reflect, and push towards being a better person.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Excellent. So how do you want us to see you?
That's interesting, right? Just where I'm at now is I realize like a lot of my life has been performance in some ways, right? Like as an artist, you're performing. And there's moments when the art can confuse the person that owns it. And we're the author of a story, we're performing a narrative and a storyline, and we're walking on this line all the time of who we are on the stage and who we are off of it. And I think it's very important to do your inner work to reflect, because you can easily get possessed by your art form and the things that it brings. So who do I want people to see me as? I think considerate, thoughtful, reflective, patient, courageous, And my identity and definition around courageous is completely different than a lot of people's too. But yeah, I would want that. I would want that. Those things. Healer, teacher, writer, thinker, like producer, like organizer. Things that God has gifted me a lot of gifts with that I really hold, and then I can do well, and then I intend to get better at.
That's great. That's great. So, what is your epic dream?
Ooh, my epic dream. You know what? Produce whatever God has placed in me with as least resistance as possible. Produce whatever God has put in me with grace, with the ability to be so present that it just absorbs me in the most beautiful way possible. And that is multiple children, multiple healthy children, beautiful family on our own land, our own house, what we call home, where there's not a lot of interference from our peace and our harmony. That's like, it's crazy. At one point I want to be on TV. And then like now, I'm like, I want real things. I want the basic needs, man. I want clean water. I think the most epic dream I have as an activist right now is, producing a lot of opportunity for healing, for dialogue. Because if we don't commune, we can't have community. If we don't have community, it's because we didn't have communication. So those breakdowns in those communications, those words, the language of the unheard, it's just warning signs of how things could even get more intense. And so I'm looking at trying to be a healer of dialogue, a healer with dialogue, and knowing that my own self-talk, my own inner story that has driven me to this point is constantly being reworked and edited. I'm only the story I tell myself. So it's interesting when you ask me, how do I want people to see me? I'm still trying to figure out how I see me. I don't think I got too much time to worry about everybody else though. We all been socialized 12 years of school. Not everybody. But a lot of information that we believe in, that we build our story around, ain't even our information. So I'm looking at what informs and reforms and trying to create a new form. And I guess I'm in this rebirthing stage, as some people would say the chrysalis. So my epic dream is like basic needs met, how to, healing. It comes with balance because healing ain't easy. It's not always fun. But I feel like I'm here to do some things around the earth and the planet. I believe as human beings, we are supposed to care for the planet. And we have a symbiotic relationship because the planet is already caring for us. Look at all the stuff that we have. We're made from it. So I heal the planet, heal the people. Heal the planet, heal the people. Heal the people, heal the planet.
That's great. Awesome. Thank you. So, Greg, who are you?
Who are me?
Yes.
I re-ask myself, who are you? Okay. Father, husband, son, brother, teacher, poet, writer. But at my core, I'm a man, my father, my husband. All these other things that are these names and titles we put on ourselves and then we attach them to ourselves like the jackets. So each one of them is a tool to get something done. So I guess the bigger question is what my intention is. And so when you ask me, who am I? Who are you? I'm thinking of a positive, pure-hearted person with a lot of light to bring to the world, to make sure that people walk away from this dimension with a high level of awareness of what's possible in any of their lifetimes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Excellent. Thank you. So is there any questions that I should have asked you that didn't, or that you, wish I'd asked you?
I don't know, because you're interviewing me. You're asking me, building this repository. I think something like, if I was a movie, if my life was a movie, what would it be and why?
Okay.
Something fun. Yeah, give me, something like that.
Okay. So if your life was a movie, what would it be and why?
Oh, man. I think it would be The Matrix. I feel like I'm always just putting a new set of eyes on every week. Like the last 2 years, it's just been new things. Like how to see things, right? Like The Matrix, just looking at how we're trained and conditioned to be certain people, how we buy into ideologies and identities that we're not even creating. It's almost like weird, because it's like neighborhood gang war. Like you see a kid and you'd be like, why are you involved with the streets? And you'd be like, well, my uncle used to do this. And my dad used to do it too. But where they at? They in jail. So why you keep doing it? Because I got to uphold this flag. And that's how we take our identities. And so I think The Matrix is one of those things that makes me look at everything we're putting on and saying, and these tropes we perform. It's like, wow, we perform, then we inform, and somebody gives us a script, whether it's a job description, we act it out. And we play every day. Every day we got a story to tell, a story to live out. I think The Matrix, man.
That's awesome. Excellent. Well, that was it. Those are the 6 questions, Greg. I'm so glad. I'm grateful that you spent some time, you shared your wisdom with us, and I just appreciate you. I wish you all the best. I'm sending you a beautiful wife, love and joy as you prepare to welcome your little one, and for all the artistic. I wish you all the best. Thank you, my king. And absolutely. And I thank you for joining us for this episode of King for Thursday. Please stay with us for yet another episode next week, where we will highlight another king. If there's a king in your life that you would love to see highlighted, please hit me at the link below or in my bio. And in the meantime, please remember to spread love and have a great day.
Oh, thank you. Y'all have a good day. Look out for my book, Breathing Ashes, coming out very, very soon.